Hello everyone, Neo Rashi here. It was about time that I made um, something related to Anime Planet's topic of the month, which is naturally Pride Month. So I thought today would be a good time to update one of my past top 20. Well, it was a top 20, except this time I'm just gonna make it a top 12 because I thought it'd be simpler like that way. Um, so the top 20 that I'm going to update into a top 12 today is my favorite Yuri series out um, out of those that I actually own, out of the one that I actually read, and none of the series that you will see will include like any sort of uh, digital only series. Actually, I have all of them right here, and you can probably already see. You probably saw one of the title, which is not going to be a big spoiler because it's going to be the first one you're gonna see. So at top 12, number 12. Um, oh, Before I start, if you saw my video, I think it was 2 years ago, you'll see that many of them will reappear, but I don't think any of them will be in the same position. There are some that I started to like more than I used to, and other than I started to like less. You will see, especially when I get to the top five, you'll see a pretty big difference, I think. So first, number 12 is does it count if you lose your virginity to an android? I like this one mostly for the ecchi. I'm not a massive fan of the whole um, Android thing, and that is coming from someone who loves My Wife Has No Emotion. But overall, the interactions between the two main characters, or the main lady and the android, are actually getting better. Uh, so that's why it's working to be in my top 12. I think it was in my top 20 before, but lower than that. At number 11, Cheerful Amnesia. This one I mostly like it because it's super cute and there is very little drama. I did hear that there's some drama in the last volume or so because I'm only up to volume 5 on this one. Or was it 4? It's been a while since I read this one. Next is Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. This one, I wasn't sure if when I started it, I wasn't too sure how I would like it. I ended up liking it a lot more than I expected. So I'm really happy that I started to uh, read the series. I like the interaction between Toru and Kobayashi. I also like the interaction between Kana and Saikawa. Though for these two, I prefer to read the spin-off title. So at number 9, we have Gushing Over Magical Girls. Again, this is another one that I like uh, because. Um, nah, just kidding. I was going to say I was going to bullshit people and say it's because of the ecchi, but this one is actually because although it's a very ecchi series, this one is actually because of the more wholesome parts of the series. I actually really like the more slice of life part than the magical girl crap, which means that ironically, although this series is meant to be like over the top ecchi to the point where it can almost be considered a hentai, um, I actually like the parts that doesn't have that kind of stuff. I really like the interaction between Utena and Kiwi, especially starting volume 3, 4. This is where their interaction are getting more and more cute, but also a little more not safe for work. If you read volume 5, you know what I mean. Next at number 8, uh, this is one that has really gone up in the ranking a lot in the past like 2 or 3 weeks. It's actually a series that I mentioned yesterday. Um, there's no freaking way I'll be your lover unless. As I mentioned yesterday, Volume 5, well, Volume 1 and 2 didn't. I almost gave up on Volume 2 after Volume 2, but Volume 3 really gave most of my hope back for that series. Volume 4 was meh, but Volume 5 was great, and it really helped me appreciate this series a lot more than I originally um, thought it would be. I would. Next is a series that I haven't talked about much, except the day I got it. It is Batgirl, number 7, Batgirl. This one, I think you probably figure out the reason why I like this one. This one is super cute. I haven't watched the anime yet, but this one is really cute. I really like the interaction between all the main characters, and like the central protagonist is just adorable. And the interactions with her and the girl she tries to uh, she tries to get out with are even cuter. Next is number 6, and this is where you're going to start seeing a bigger difference in my Yuri preference, because number 6 is Happy Sugar Life. If you watched my video 2 years ago, you probably remember that Happy Sugar Life was third place. And although the reason why it's now sixth place is not because my appreciation for it has diminished. It's the other way around. The other series, I just started to like them even more. Well, for some of them, I started to like even more. Um, and also spoiler alert, the two series that were above this one last time are still above it this time. But there are other series that overtook it since. Um, Fair warning, if you don't know about this series, it is extremely dark. It is a Yuri, but at the same time, it is a psychological horror. So definitely not for the faint of hearts. Yeah, but it is. There are some things that don't really make sense, but it's overall a great story. Number 5 is a Yuri love story that begins with getting dumped in a dream. This one, I've heard about this series a long time ago, at least 2 years, I think. Let me just check. Was it 2 years? Oh, probably more than that, since it started in 2022. So, probably at least 3 years since I first heard about this series. But then, Volume 1 released earlier this year, and I loved it so much. And yeah, um, looking forward to read Volume 2, which I got recently. Next, number 4 is Asumi-chan is interested in lesbian brothels. Since last time I mentioned that series, I know it was in my top 20, but I don't remember which place, but I think it was. I'm not sure. I don't think it was in my top 5, but it was pretty sure it was my top 10. Um, the reason why I like this one so much is because it's super ecchi. I mean, it is rated 18 plus. It's not like full on hentai, but it is rated 18 plus. But despite the fact that it's a series where the main protagonist has her way with multiple prostitute. Um, the story is surprisingly wholesome. At least the outside of the 18 plus stuff. Uh, the story and interaction between the character is surprisingly wholesome. I don't know how it works, but it does. Anyway, enough about that. Number three is Tadakoro-san. If you remember my last top 20, Tadakoro-san actually ranked first. So today, 2 years later, it is now third place. Um, the main reason is, well, there are two reasons. The first being that the first two series are now better, in my opinion, than Tadakoro-san, but uh, Volume 4, as I reviewed recently, Volume 4 was kind of disappointing. I mean, it was still great. I think I gave it like an 8 or 9, but compared to the other three volume, it was not nearly as good. It didn't focus on the couple, I think, enough. It didn't focus enough on the couple. It focused more on Tadakoro herself, which I believe should have been something you see in volume 3, like the like since the series is 4 volumes, it should have been something that focused on in volume 3 instead. Um, so the next two, they're actually not going to be any second place. The next two are going to be a tie for first. The first tie is a series that did make second place in my original top 20, and it is How Do I Turn My Girlfriend Into My Best Friend? And the other first place is Rainbows After Storm. I discovered Rainbows After Storm, I think, not too long after I made the first top 20. And this one was second place. Well, actually, when I read this one, I think I only read volume 1 or 2. But the sheer cuteness of this series is what got me to think of this as better than Tadakoro-san. The ending is slightly disappointing, like Tadakoro-san, but unlike Tadakoro-san, this one really focused on the main couple for the entirety of the last volume, which I loved. The ending was I wouldn't say rush, but the ending, I feel like it could have used like a sixth volume. That's it. It's super cute. There's basically no drama, and this is why I loved it. And this one, the reason why I love it is because the drama is pretty low. There are some drama in volume 6, I believe, and like the character are struggling with stuff that would affect teenagers in real life. So it's really relatable in a way, um, despite being a Yuri. And well, I love the two main character. I love the friends they interact with. Um, so far, I haven't been disappointed by a single volume. There are obviously some volumes that were not as good, but none of them outright disappointed me. And I just love the interaction between the two girls. I kind of wish they didn't wait until, I guess, later to reveal that they are together, because the fact that they don't tell anyone that they are dating is like one of the main aspects of the series. But I kind of wish they would reveal to their friends that they are dating. I get a feeling that it would actually uh, add some more cuteness. But overall, um, I'm really happy that I discovered this series, and any fan of Yuri that don't like too much drama, while being somewhat relatable, this is probably one of the best series to read. So, um, I guess that's it. I wanted to make some honorable mention, um, but I decided against it because some of them would actually fit in another uh, video idea that I had. So I'm just going to put them in the next video that I'm going to post sometime before the end of the month. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.